you you went under pretense to the Grand Library of the Cobalt Sold to research the Thunder Spear and relative history about where you might be able to find where to build its haft. You split up into different sections, one going down into some restricted sections to learn more about coordinate, the other going in to find maps. Through deception, stealth, and magic, the party bypasses library security and restricted knowledge protocols. Research reveals that Gord's Thunder Spear was forged in two parts, not a single weapon. The spearhead was forged by Moradin in a divine forge in the Grand Wildlands, while the spear haft was crafted from petrified divine wood from something known as the Platinum Tree in the city of Corix. Um, Ancient maps showed a large unexplored blank area of the Silberquel Mountains, which you kind of pieced all this information together to think where you need to go. Um, One of you, uh, mainly uh, Felix, infiltrated a restricted basement area, and you stole some stuff using your duplicates, and that you're able to escape with two spell scrolls, one of Phantom Steed and one of Teleport. Uh, you, at that point, decided to between two places, Druvenlode and Blumenthal, as the places that you would go. You decided to then teleport to Blumenthal, which worked out because one of the spell scroll tubes was in fact made there. You teleported there. You landed. Uh, and had to talk your way out with a man that you did not understand his language in Zimnian, but you are now outside of Blumenthal. As you see, it's midday, and outside this shop in this, kind of higher mountain, um, Bavarian-looking city. So think like Austrian Alps type city, the brown wood with the white stucco above, and like the brown slats. Um, yeah, that's about it. The one thing that we did need to decide was we gave Fel the option of if you were going to bring your son with you, or if you were going to send him down to help rally troops with you. You kind of had the decision on your part after a persuasion check with him. So, is he there or not? We'll just retcon that he was going to go back before you guys teleported.
Yeah, I think he talked me into the fact that he has developed skills over the years, especially with his leading of his resistance back in Icewind Dale. So he wants to head with the other group as they head off to where we'll meet them. So.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. That makes me not have to control somebody, and I have other things for him to do. Okay. Yeah, so you guys are in this, it's not tiny, but it's compared to where you just were, like a um kind of bustling, not bustling, but smaller mountain town. You see people kind of going about their business. What you do notice is that it seems that there are like groups of people packing up down the street. It looks like a bunch of people are moving some different, equipment that doesn't look like, oh, we're trying to run away, but it's just like, oh, our business is done here, and that's going on. Other than that, down the street, it just looks like your, you know, normal town that has its own goings on. You do notice that it's not quite like as evacuated as Zadash is. It being where it is a little, close to the capital, so probably seen as a bit safer. But you do, see people kind of moving about their business in a very specific way, like very quickly. moving around. No one's like just hanging around and dilly dallying. So, what do you guys do? You all stand there, looking, taking in your surroundings.
Getting assaulted by Roomba, so that's my current. I'm in defense mode.
Okay.
Trying to break through
Uh, one other thing, like you would remember, is that the reason you came here is there was some like known excavations happening to the south of this area. You don't know what the current status of those are. You just know that they had been going on.
So we're in Blumenthal, and we wanted to get to Druvenlode at some point.
No,
right?
Druvenlode and Blumenthal were the two places that you thought you could find an entrance to whatever you needed to. And you chose Blumenthal because you heard of this excavation.
Can we just
Where you
head
want
to?
to get is that little red circle in the middle of the mountains.
Can we maybe go to like a tavern or somewhere and try and get the lay of the land and try and find people that might know where we should be going? Like, who knows about this excavation?
Yeah. You guys go, you kind of walk for a minute. There's sure enough, you walk down and there's a past these people packing up and they're actually right in front of this pretty large tavern. It looks like tavern and inn called the Alpenbier. Um, and you walk in there and you see there's quite a few people, and as just as there are outside, like you see different people packing up and like taking things outside to this, whatever this cart was out there. Some people are having drinks, and you're welcomed by a um a bartendress that just waves and says, yeah, new travelers, we have open rooms and drink for you. You've come at a good time. We're just emptied out.
I sit down and ask if they have any yolk.
Yoke. Roll a d20 luck check.
Fresh out of yolk.
We're so sorry. Um, the yoke factory in has been not sending shipments all out to the war effort.
You started this as like a bad Asian accent.
I know I did. It came out really bad.
Well, that's. Do you have any Yepsy? I'll take that. Reluctantly.
Make another luck check.
Only diet Yepsy.
We have diet.
How about information?
Oh, yeah, probably. What do you need? What brings you to our fair town? It seems many people are leaving right now.
Well, we heard there was a big excavation of some sort heading this way. We're making our way looking. We're inspectors.
Inspectors. Oh. Well, yeah, they're down to the south. A large um, excavation they've been doing, really mussing up, giving us good business, but mussing up the whole town's kind of vibe. Lots of dwarves coming in from Druvenlode, lots of wizard types and scholars coming in from Rexentrum, just kind of ruining our simple little lives here. But Now it's gone all over the place, guys.
You have. I want to recount the accents we've gone through. We started as like a bad mimicking Asian accent. You did at some point end up at like almost like a Swedish or something like that. And then we are now like Midwest Canadian, like Minnesota from that one movie from Fargo.
Fargo.
And yeah, I love it.
Yep. Can't do accents, guys. Just
Please
can't.
please keep trying. It's the greatest.
It's just that's kind of messed up the whole vibe of the neighborhood. But like I said,
The
we've got
vibe
lots
of the
of open-
neighborhood, don't you know?
Don't you know? They a lot of them are leaving now because with the war, the people they've kind of had to reallocate assets, is what I've heard in the term. So most of the scholars are gone. I know that they've just been collecting up the stuff down in the in the in the excavation site, and all these hard-working folk don't have money to make anymore. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. It's kind of a ghost town now. It doesn't seem like anyone found what they wanted, at least from the scuttlebutt I hear in the tavern.
So we just head south. Well, like from here, how do I get there?
If you follow the river, you'll see to the south. Yeah, you'll go that way. There's a longer way around if you need to bring provisions, but if you just cut through the woods, you'll be able to get there pretty quick. You said you're inspectors. Not sure anyone's going to be there for you to do your inspections for. I can ask some of the.
Nope.
You can ask some of the other.
Nope. We don't need anybody there. We got this. We're good.
Make a deception check. Man, you rolled so shitty to get a 12. Or to get a 16. She goes, oh, okay. Your business is your own then. Actually, let's have her roll something contested against it.
I used all my good rolls in a different game I played earlier this week.
What game?
It's called Twilight 2000.
Or you play that with like your work peeps? So
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, she goes, okay. I'm sorry to pry. Your business is your own. Well, yeah, you just head south on the by the river, and you'll run into it. Just make sure you don't fall off into the. They've done quite a number down there. I know it used to just be, kind of a valley with a bunch of fallen rocks and dirt, but now it's a veritable hole in the ground. I haven't been down there myself. I've always here slinging drinks for the hard-working men that have been doing all that work. So, good luck to you. Can I get you in another Diet Yepsy or your friends? Has everyone else just been standing there, or what is everyone else doing during this interaction?
Yeah, I'm just standing there staring behind. I haven't said a single word.
At the person or just staring at the wall?
At the person.
Okay. That checks out. What about the other two?
Yeah, I just sat down.
You just sat down,
just keeping my eyes peeled, getting we're in a not that different of an area. These are probably similar people to the Dash and everywhere else, and we've been to Humberduke, which is in this area. So.
Yeah. Really, what the biggest thing you'd notice just from looking around, and if you're not looking for anything specific, is just that, yeah, it looks like people are leaving, and with the information that Felix gathered, just sounds like, hey, the work here is kind of put on pause, so we're not going to hang out. We're going to go somewhere else to get work. Go back to Druvenlode and work for whatever mining company they worked for, excavation company, and that. Yeah. And then Christopher, anything you do, or you just sit and watch them as well?
Warming
Or
up
anything?
my bagpipe with the new bedazzling. Yeah,
Okay, continue.
it's a little stiff from all the gem work. Yeah.
Yep, you're just reworking your bagpipe, getting it back into how you liked it. Okay. Yeah, so that's the kind of information you get. These people keep walking by, and you are given, you pay up for your drink of. I'm not even going to make you pay because if it's going to be 2 copper, I don't think that is something that you even have in your inventory.
I see 2 and just do gold. Like I just see the 2 and just assume.
So, yeah, the rest of the city is yours. It's still, probably like 1:32-ish.
Well, if it's up, if there's nothing else for us to do, why don't we just head south? Is there anything you guys need to take care of while we're here? We've never been here before.
Yeah, if there's anything you guys want to look for, this is a, humble town, but it is, like from things you've heard and learned in your travels of different parts of this country, like it is a, town of about 4,000 or 5,000 people, so not tiny, but so that it could have different things that you would want to do in it. But if it's just business, let's do business, then you guys can all head south, look for the river, and then follow it. And if that's the case,
Yeah, I think I'm all business.
all business all the time. You guys
Yeah, bro, I'm good.
begin following the river. I know that there's only a river that just appears, but this is not to scale. Think about what's in front is very big, and what's there should actually be further away. But because it's about a 5-mile walk to this area, following the river well enough, it's pretty easy. As you walk through, there is a trail that kind of breaks off to the east, if you didn't want to continue following the river. But as you do follow the river, you do get to the, you start hearing the rushing of water. You see some mist flying up, and kind of hear the sounds of a waterfall up ahead. And you guys kind of get to this outcropping overlooking the entire excavation site. So, yeah, you're on top of probably a 150-foot cliff overlooking the excavation site. Is there anything you want to do? And you can see the image that right now, can you?
I can at least.
Okay.
Do we see any signs of life, any movement over there?
Make a perception check. The natural 20. You don't see anything specific. Like probably the most things you see are it looks like this place is just finishing getting cleared out. You don't see anyone moving. Like you do, the only thing that you kind of see movement wise is kind of under that big red tent. You think that you see some like dust kind of still billowing out of there. But other than that, it just more of what you're looking over. You just see that this place seems to have been not rushedly uh, pulled out of, but relatively recently. Just it's kind of seemed close. Shop was closed up, but there's still a lot of stuff still here. This kind of we'll get back to this at a certain time, but yeah. I'll let you ask another question if there's anything else you want to look for here with the natural 20.
I don't even know what to ask. No, I got nothing.
Okay. I guess I'll just give you just the general what you see over here. You see these very square pits that go down. It seems pretty deep. It looks like behind that giant tent is a very much like you can't tell what's behind there. It's too dark, but you know, curious minds would think like, oh, maybe that's the important thing. They don't want people to see what they're excavating there. You see different, pulleys and things to bring up rock. There's quite a bit of mining equipment down at the very end, and there are those two houses. One of them looks, you would think like a supply shed, and the other one looks like more like the foreman's house, like where you would probably have some like plans of what's going on and things like that. So that's just kind of the general overlook. And it looks like you put together the trail that you kind of didn't follow and just went to followed the river, wrapped around to these two bridges on the south side that very sturdy, like probably used to bring things in and out. So that's kind of the lay of the land. So
Is there an obvious, easy way down this waterfall, or am I like giving us Featherfall or something?
I
It's
mean,
time to pull out the boat.
and just ride it off of a waterfall of 150 feet.
Yep, that sounds
I
right.
mean, climbing down, like it is. This does look like it's been like this part is more naturally formed. So it might be hard. It's probably smooth from that. You can climb down. There's lots of ways down, or you can just go back and follow the trail. But you think you have no clue how long and winding that might be. So
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like too much. I just cast Featherfall on all of us and just like step off the cliff.
okay. So does everyone just step off, or how is everyone getting down?
I think we just follow suit and jump
Okay.
off.
You all step off, and after just a little bit, you all land in the river that is rushing water. I would like everyone to make an athletics check to try to swim to the other side as you chose to just walk off the edge instead of trying to leap.
Can't jump, it's fine. Hopefully I can swim though.
Athletics from the other two.
That's my good one.
Okay. Fell just looks and is totally fine in full plate mail. Goes off. He actually just lands at the bottom of the river and just walks out. Like
It's a real superhero moment, Captain America out of the Quinjet just
yeah.
casually jumps off the cliff.
Yeah. The rest of you are ass over tea kettling, getting pushed down the river. You all take, as you hit some rocks and are bashed against it, you all take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. And I will have Fel, is there anything you want to do to try to help anyone here? Oh, Fel's on a
Oh, sorry. I have children. My child is outside the window well, yelling things at me. I don't know. Have I? Yeah, they're all okay. Yeah, I'll just try and gather them up as they don't float further on down the river and pull them to the shore bank, I guess.
Okay. You can make another athletics check to try to grab one of them. Yeah, you actually get 2 of them. You reach out your arm and just like stop the flow of water as you grab Carrick by the foot and Felix by like a horn and just lift them out. Christopher, go ahead and make an athletics check as you continue tumbling down the river. Holy shit, dude. You are now actually pinned under the water as a rock fell on top of your head. You're going to now take I mean, fuck, that's 2 natural ones in a row. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you are pinned under the water now. You guys all kind of look and see Christopher doesn't come back up. Like, you don't see anything about him as he is stuck under the water. Is there anything anyone would like to do? Or do you just wait for him to pop back up?
How fast is the water running? Like, if I had to run, 30 feet ahead of him and toss a rope in, you think I could do that?
Yeah. Especially since you don't know that he's pinned under a rock down there. So yeah, you run up ahead and toss some rope in there. It just begins floating downstream. Anyone else do anything?
If I froze the river. No, kidding.
With a cantrip? I don't think you could do it. Well, Christopher, what do? You're trapped under a rock.
You punch the rock.
You're gonna try to break the rock.
Just fight the rock. I'm assuming.
Okay, make a strength check to try to move the rock off of you.
I'm assuming this is an ambush. Like, there's no way a rock could get the best of me, and
Okay.
I'm like going full into fight mode on this.
Do you use a rage to go in? You go into a rage?
Yeah, I'm using a rage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll a strength check with advantage. Okay, 23. You shove this rock off of you. Now make a perception check to see if you can see the rope flitting around. Yes, you see and grab the rope, and with that, both Felix and Christopher, you with advantage, Christopher, make an athletics check to see if you can get pulled in.
Wow.
You have advantage on that athletics check.
Oh.
So roll one more time. think this place was supposed to be.
I'm now convinced we're being ambushed. I'm wary. So
So you're still in a rage. Still make a perception check to see if you see anything around you to be ambushed by. There's nothing here. It's just your friends. You're completely waterlogged.
it's what they want us to think. Yeah.
Your bagpipe lost one of its bedazzles. But you are now here. I would say probably after that, all of that, you are down here in the excavation site. So that real quick. Gotta go tell my son to do something. I'll be right back.
It's a cute duck.
Yeah, she's cute.
So can you tell this image was generated by AI?
So I was trying, it makes sense now that you say that. I was trying to understand the trees. Like the trees were
They-
what confused me.
Because they don't look like trees.
They
Yeah.
look like starfruit.
Yeah.
They're all next to each other. Like,
Well,
No,
the
they're
ones the ones on the ridge look okay because they're actually
Yeah.
going up, but everything else, yeah, is a little off.
So, because I did this all on my phone last night, I'm like, oh, I could just describe this. I'm like, oh, I have a ChatGPT Pro license through work. Let's just do that. And so on my phone, I'm like, oh, that looks okay. But like, this river makes no goddamn sense. The scale is off by infinity. But you know what? It at least kind of shows what I was thinking.
I think that's the biggest thing that surprised me with all the
It's definitely
ChatGPT
it's
stuff.
a
is
step in
how-
between having nothing, right, and being able to
Yes.
kind of join in your imagination. So I think it's good.
If you zoom
Yeah.
far enough out,
The bar of like good enough is so low that it's like, yeah, that's great.
Well, for something like this, yeah, it's just really trying to get us
Oh, yeah.
geography, a little bit of a mind's eye of what we're looking at. Like,
yeah.
100%.
I could
yeah.
just draw boxes and circles like I've done for many other things.
and that also gets us there, but this is a little
Yes.
cooler.
It's a little bit higher fidelity, but so
Guys silly?
I say that
Still gonna say
because
that.
I keep getting these ads for an AI girlfriend on YouTube,
Oh,
and every time I look at it, I'm like, that lady has 3 legs, like quite literally 3 feet, all wearing different shoes.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino girlfriend. Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys are standing here kind of at the very southeast end. We'll just say for like scale wise, this is probably, you know, about corner to corner, maybe like a quarter mile. Like, so probably like this entire thing would be like, if you wrapped all the way around it, like the size of a, like 2 football fields next to each other. I guess 4, so like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so there's the like pits in front of you. There's the large tent in the back, kind of some supplies and stuff to the other corner that you're from, or the supplies and stuff on the most southern end, and then the buildings to the top left. What do you want to do?
Well, since I sort of deduced that maybe the interesting stuff is over in the covered area, I think I'll wander that direction.
Okay.
Still keeping my eye out for any like signs of life though.
Okay. Just for after everything that just happened, someone roll a D100.
Anyone on it? Should I do
I'm
it?
not touching it.
Okay, 57. Sounds good. Yeah, you guys continue your are people following Carrick, or are people splitting up and doing their own things? We have Song to go investigate the back tent.
I'm
I'll
not
kind
following
of
them.
check the west of our image here, but the crates and huts, and just kind of check the shoreline in general. Just kind of build a perimeter, you know. But
Okay,
keeping an
just
eye
kinda
out if
walking
there's
around.
anything interesting in the items that are stacked around.
Okay, you do that, and then Christopher, you do anything?
Yeah, I'm staying away from Carrick. I'm not following him anymore.
You're a little pissed about what just happened. And Felix, anything you want to do?
Yeah, I want to look at these holes and see if I can, throw some torches or something down. I don't know if I have any torches, but I'm looking to see if I have anything. Does anybody have torches? I don't have torches. I want to like just throw some, see how far down they go, essentially.
Yeah,
According to my
or-
roll 20 inventory, I do, but I don't know how long I.
You guys probably do, but they're like old and busted, and there's no way. You have not used the torch in a year.
What if I
But,
just
no.
like send a firebolt down the pit?
No,
Or-
I'll say that you guys, just looking around, there are torches that you could pick up and throw down there.
Great. I want to do
Oh.
that. Each one by one, I guess.
Okay.
I just want to see how deep and
How deep they go?
what's down there. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start with that then. So you go and kind of throw a torch down each one. Each one seems to be excavated to a different height. So the furthest one, so this one here. Oh, that's gonna draw. Bottom left one is the probably the deepest. Is probably going down about 100 feet. You see, like there are these like pulleys, like systems to pull you up, and some scaffolding further down. There's not scaffolding that goes all the way up. It looks like it goes up to a certain amount. There might have been ladders or rope ladders, or people ride these pulley systems up. And then from there, like each of the other ones are probably between 50 and 25 feet down. It looks like they're just kind of like excavating these individual areas. The one weird thing about this topmost one is where it does hit. It looks relatively or make a perception check, probably with disadvantage because it's 75 feet down and you're looking into some darkness lit by just a torch. 23. You look like what it's hitting doesn't look like rubble. It looks like smooth ground, like actual building material. It doesn't look as much like looking down the other ones. It looks like you're hitting down to like still just rubble and dirt and unevenness, whereas this one seems to be pretty dang even on the bottom of it. So,
But nobody isn't down any of them, from what I can tell.
from what you can tell, no one is down here. So far, everything that you've noticed is that place seems relatively abandoned, or at least currently not abandoned, but just kind of left for whatever was going on.
Okay, I don't know about you guys, but it's a little eerie that this place is just empty.
Am I able to
Hey,
tell
you-
as I kind of investigate the stacks of items and the sheds, like how does it seem like it was recently deserted or has it been here for a while?
Yeah, make an investigation check as you kind of like look through the items, because we can kind of handle that as what you see. Yeah, 15. Like, a lot of the stuff left here, it like almost just looks like the storage containers. There's not a lot in them, just like maybe some basic mining tools, but most of the stuff looks like it's been taken. With that 15, you do notice like around that fire area, you can tell there used to be like rows of tents. And the fact that you can still see just like the stake marks and that, it feels like probably within the past 2 weeks tops that people kind of started leaving from here. Like, and you do see like even like newer footprints leaving with that. But you think back to the town, like, oh, that kind of sits correct with the town, where they said like, hey, there's a war going on, there's no money for us to keep doing this right now. Like, that would be your initial assessment, just from looking at this. And it's like the things left behind are useful, but if it wasn't someone's specific stuff, it's just like leave the construction site, leave the contractor's tools there. They'll come get them. But if you want to go into the buildings, that will be something different, though. So, say from like doing your perimeter, looking around at just kind of what's left on the outside of this place, that's what you get.
Okay.
Um, Eric, you walk up behind the tent. Um, you did notice, like before here, you saw like kind of dirt moving in and out of this. Uh, you're not quite sure what it is, but when you go underneath that tent and kind of look up, you see this incredibly well sculpted door, or kind of looks like a door. It has dwarven writing all over it. But it's, I don't know, you don't speak dwarven, do you?
I actually do.
You do? You speak dwarven? Do you speak giant?
No.
So, you read this, and it's like you can read it, but it just sounds super broken. Like you would have to take a while to sit here and investigate like what some of these words are saying. Just because it seems to be like a dialect that may or may not even exist anymore of these multiple languages. But also, what makes it even harder is that the like words are going like, and this thing, probably about 100 feet wide is what this, you know, entryway looks like. And you see, but the word kind of just stop as if you needed to dig down to see what the actual bottom of it was.
I think maybe I'll cast comprehend languages.
Okay. So this is where I get hung up on comprehend languages.
Okay.
Does it just magically say like, oh yeah, I can understand any language, or does like it gets rid of word puzzles so easily that it's fine. Like you can do it.
Well, it doesn't decode secret messages. It doesn't decode things that aren't an explicit part of the written language. I think it's like
Okay,
it's
there
very
you go. It's not explicitly part of the written language. Like this is,
yeah.
someone writing y'all.
Yeah, right.
That
Yeah, and it's very literal. Like you get the literal meaning. There's no like,
nuance to it.
yeah, exactly.
Just
Okay.
Google Translate, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, you see that, and it goes over. And the one other thing you'd see on this, what you think is a doorway. One, there is a crack in the middle of it, so it does seem like a doorway. But looking at the sides of it, there's no crack on the sides to where you would think like, oh, it's a swinging outward. Or so it is kind of weird. It looks like a doorway, but doesn't look like a doorway. And emblazoned in the middle is this kind of like only the top of a tree, with branches spreading outwards, and then at the very outward edges of that tree, whereas the tree is growing like a fractal, like in something that makes sense, these ends are getting cracked and like fractured in a way, where they're almost like shooting out as if by lightning bolts. While you're also in here, just make a perception check. $17. You notice on the sides of this, after you kind of like very focused on what's in front of you, you do notice on the sides of these, two large, like 15-foot boxes, iron boxes, standing on either side of the doorway.
So first, I have to yell Melon.
Belok.
Melon.
No, it does not say
Friend.
speak friend and open.
Okay. So I kind of want to.
If you can cast detect detect languages, it's going to take the 10 minutes to ritually cast it,
Yeah.
and then you can start to kind of start deciphering this like from that. But with that time, we'll let it move to someone else if that's cool.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. So the other three of you, it looks like Fel, you're up near the buildings at this point. Felix, have you gotten what you want from the holes in the ground, or?
I mean, I haven't gone down any of the holes. I might do that, but I might go down just the deepest hole. Assuming there's like ways to get down. You said there was a pulley system, so
Yeah, there's a pulley system that can you'd have to kind of move and crank the pulley.
is that something I can do by myself?
Yeah, you'd probably need help from someone if you wanted to. You could maybe set it up to where you jump and then jump and then jump, but if you want someone to pull you up and in, someone would have to help you. Christopher, I don't think is doing anything except for staying away from Carrick.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think of is to go down a hole right now and see if there's anything interesting down there that I couldn't see from throwing a torch.
Okay. Yeah, you want to go down the lowest one? Christopher, do you help him and crank a pulley?
As long as it's sufficient distance from Carrick.
Yes, you are sufficiently away from Carrick. You're just holding a weird grudge right now. Yeah, make a just to operate the pulley system, just make a strength DC 10. Don't get a natural 1 and you succeed. Yeah. You're able to easily enough maneuver it over and very gently get Felix down to the bottom of this pit. It's 100 feet down. That is a fairly long way to, take it down, but you do it effortlessly. Felix, as you get down there, you can pick up your torch to see color, and that because with your night vision or dark vision, you don't really see that. And looking around, this place is fairly still rough hewn, just looks like someone's digging a hole forever. But holding up the torch, make a investigation check as you're down here looking around to see if there's anything. Okay, with a 15, down in here, you do see a little glint of silver pushing against the north end of that wall.
You said like a door?
You can't really tell. It just you notice something against that north wall caught your eye. But if you get down and looking at it more, there's not a ton to see there. It could just be oh, there was a shiny rock in here, or you would have to actually try to dig stuff out probably to see anything more.
Okay, I'll think about what I'm going to do here.
Okay. Fel, you're up by the houses. Are you gonna go in?
Yeah, I'll poke around, see what's in here.
Okay. You open up the door and it's a very simple, it is a bunk room. It feels, decently accommodated. It has a rug and some beds in it, but a small little kitchenette type thing. And then the main thing is this large map of the excavation area on this desk in the back. It looks like this wasn't taken with them because, they was kind of like almost like stabbed into the desk. You see that there, yeah. So there's this desk, some chairs around. If you want to go through here and really look for things, you need an investigation check.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll take a look at the papers that are left and just see if I can get any detail of what they're mining, what was happening here.
yeah. So looking at the map, you see like notes written down. So like um, above like this one, you see like hit natural
Yeah,
formations.
bye. DM
Um,
is no, I'm not DMing.
nothing is really written here.
I'm not
So
DMing. I'm playing.
those ones
I'm
have kind
a
of been
paladin.
abandoned, but the um there seems to be some confusion about why this one went down about 75 feet and then stopped, but then this one that is relatively close went down about 100 feet and is continuing to go down. So they wonder if there's how we found this you know is there some way or do we just need to dig in between the two? But we've been pulled out. You see some frustration written by like on some papers that just probably like someone's handwritten notes of like getting their feelings onto a piece of paper of like it's frustrating that it feels like we're so close, but we have been told to stop, including like even in there, there's like some things written like, you know, maybe we come back on our own. Maybe if we can hire out some people to do this on our own, kind of under the radar. Uh, but that if we do that, it you know need to be careful because the Empire is going to leave some level of protection here. Um, that's as much as you get is just like some scribblings like that are balled up and thrown in like a waste paper basket, like almost like someone was writing a letter and had to do it and then thought better of it and just threw it away. uh, Other than that, in here there's not much else really. Actually, with a 16, and as you're pouring over there, make a perception check as well. Man, your two worst skills. Yeah, you don't really see anything else. And also, roll a d100. Okay.
Nice setup. I'm a new DM, so I don't live stream, but I stream. I create
Yeah,
maps to my players. Okay. A nice setup. So you have a ton of plates. Yeah.
That's what you find in there. If you need any recap of what it is, let me know. It was kind of fast, but looking in the other building, it's just supplies. You do find like more like just shovels, pickaxes. What's the name for the pickaxe with the that's a weird name. Pickaxe on one side and hoe on the other side.
What did we find?
I
Did
don't know.
something share somewhere, or is it in? It's in Discord. Got it. Nope. Where is it?
Maddock?
Yes, a mattock. What I searched for was pickaxe hoe thing.
Pretty
Yes,
sure that's
Mattock.
a T-Pain song.
Yeah, we typically play on Sundays, about every
I'd
3 or
listen
4
to that
weeks,
T-Pain
3 to
song.
6 weeks. It just depends. We're just try and connect by coastal.
Okay. But what were you looking for, TJ?
What did you say I found? You shared? Did you put it?
Oh, I didn't say you found anything.
Oh, okay.
I just put the information is what you found.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, I think that makes. I mean, not much.
Yeah.
They left. Didn't really give much indication.
Mhm.
Okay. Good to know.
Okay. Back to uh the man investigating the doors. Looking at that, you uh do an intelligence check just as you kind of go through this.
You're talking to me?
Yeah, as you're looking through all of that stuff. 10. So this does take you to a while. We're gonna say it takes you about a half an hour to finally piece this all together in some way that makes sense. But you do eventually get that without all of the text, it is saying something to the like of you get the tree grows, splits, and then you see like the last part of it. You can't. It's the middle of this sentence. It says grows, splits, and it's like much more flowery than that, but talking about how the tree grows and then splits and then um, kind of trails off at the end. Um, so
Okay. So on either side of this, there are these iron boxes.
yes.
Is there any other metal in this like doorway pattern situation that we're looking at?
No, and in fact, if you go look at the metal boxes, these look like they have been placed here recently.
Oh, this is not a part of it.
A
Okay.
part of the door. There are just these giant metal boxes that um, definitely could be opened if wanted, but are currently closed and seemingly locked.
Um. I
Hold that thought. Oakley is barking, and I have to get him inside, or we'll have the cops called on us. Someone did it again in my neighborhood to my neighbor for a barking dog. And I went and tried to talk to the police person, and they wanted nothing to do with me. I'm like, hey, and I lied like out my teeth. I'm like, hey, just curious why you're here, and like I can't talk to you about that. I'm like, oh, I just wanted to make sure like there's not like raccoons or that we have small animals that play outside. And she's like, no, it's nothing like that. And then like completely shooed me off. I'm like, someone complained about a barking dog, so I have to be diligent about it. Dumb.
Yeah.
Crisis averted. How much snow did you get and cold from all this stuff have you been getting, Jake?
More than I would like to have. Kids
Well,
went to school that week for 5 hours total.
that entire week?
4 days off and then a 2-hour delay on Friday.
Wow.
Misery.
Wow. Meanwhile, yesterday it was 62 here. I was in a t-shirt, walking around. Went to the bar to get a drink, and the patio was entirely full.
Yeah, I think it's been above freezing like 3 or 4 days over the past like 20. It's been miserable.
Yeah.
The worst part is like our backyard is just like it's just completely sheeted over with ice. And like sending the dog out to the back,
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not even like what Sam said, it's not even fun snow.
Yeah, it's terrible. It sucks. And I keep telling the kids, they're like, can we go play outside? I was like, you can, but it's not gonna be fun. And you're just gonna twist your ankle because the snow just goes down and like you're running around and you just get these giant craters of ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Scott, my buddy there in the Dodgers hat, he's in Salt Lake City with me, where it's been super warm, and then Jake on the far left there, he's out on the East Coast, so he's been slammed by the snow. So, yeah, it's been interesting. Apparently, we're just gonna join Phoenix and Tucson and be a desert city in the winter here soon, Scott.
It's not good, dude. Not good at all.
Except then we're just gonna have no water, so I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah. Well, Phoenix doesn't have water either. When the Colorado River is dry.
True.
I guess while we wait for Brian, so you've investigated that. Is there anything else you want to do down in this hole, or do you want to check any of the other ones?
I want to investigate this wall and like kind of like knock on it, and like I don't have anything useful that I could think to do outside of like I just want to knock on it and see if there's anything that like does it sound hollow? Does it sound like maybe there's an easy way to like chip at it, something like that.
Yeah, do you have any, like, are you just using your hands, or do you have any tools or magic that you want to try to go at this wall with? Because it is, like kind of like a stone and dirt wall.
I might have something, but I don't know that I have anything even useful in my robe of useful items, right? Like,
Yeah.
I have ropes and daggers and lanterns, but no like sledgehammer, no shovel.
Yeah. Like, you can call up. You did see tools up there, so.
Okay, so I'll call up to Christopher to toss a bag of.
Yeah, and this has been like
down.
This is like that half an hour that Carrick is kind of sitting, trying to decipher this thing. Yeah, you throw down a bag of tools. Thel, like you're done at this point. No, actually, Thel, yours probably took a bit longer in that house to kind of get all that information, to kind of make sure you weren't missing things. You were being relatively diligent in there. So yeah, Christopher, you throw down a hammer, and then just do you do anything else, or you just hang in, or are you gonna go down with
No, I'm not
Felix?
coming down there. I'm convinced we're seconds from ambush still. So I'm just
You're like a German Shepherd. Yeah, so you go down
more
there.
chihuahua.
Yes. So Jake, go ahead and make a like you're mining, so it is, I would say, like an athletics check. Do that. Give me an athletics check and then an investigation check.
Do I get any kind of help because I have these tools?
No, you're able to do it because you have these tools.
So it takes me 8 hours.
Okay. And then make an investigation check off of that. Okay. So we'll take the average of both of those, which is what? 1927 divided by 2 is 13 and a half. So we'll say 14. So yeah, you're not built for mining, but what you make up for it in the fact that as anything chips away, you know where you want to hit. You aren't just going willy-nilly. And sort of like after a bit, like you are able to like dig around enough to see like whatever that little glint of sparkle that you saw or silver, that sure enough is like this circle that is like a polished steel or polished some piece of metal in the shape of, as you dig around it, and it does take a while, but polished like in the shape of what you would think like almost looks like a seed.
You said a seed?
Yes.
Cool. I just want to take whatever I can get and bring it up. And
Yeah, there's
bring it
nothing
to
really to take. The biggest question is this wall in front of you, which you do think like kind of is, you know, looking at that other one, maybe attached to whatever that other like actual like worked stone in the other tunnel. So there's that.
Okay. I just assume I can let everybody know that I found a wall that seems attached in some way.
Okay. Yeah. Carrick, you found out your little, you know, from what did I say? Tree to what did I say? I said it a very specific way. Hold on. Yeah, like from a trunk to a fork. Um, so
Sorry, what did you just say? That I found a. You're just repeating what you told me before,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
just repeating that. But now you're looking at these big iron or metal boxes.
Yeah. I actually want to do. Do I have it prepared? I do not. Kind of want to detect magic ritual. Like, does this door seem to be like? Is there magic involved in this door?
There is not magic involved in the door, but you do see emanating from the boxes like what type of magic would it be? What are the schools of magic? Da, da, da. duh, duh. It'd be like, I would say almost like a level of conjuration magic and just some like just straight artificy.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna investigate these boxes then. That intrigues me. You said they're locked.
They look to be.
They look to be locked.
I mean, I guess there's no visible way of opening them.
Okay, so it's not an obvious. I see what you're saying. I touch one of the boxes and use shocking grasp on it.
Make an Arcana check. I say this with you getting a natural 20. Nothing happens.
Womp womp.
Oh man!
But you can definitively
say
say
that is not the way to
that
go.
did not work or was the way to go.
Okay.
In fact,
So-
actually, I'll give you this. What you see is the box just absorbs the magic. Like, as
Yeah.
you do it, it just does nothing. Like, the only thing you kind of get is that it absorbed the magic. Like, it didn't, like, run out. Like, the moment you cast the spell, it just got sucked away. So it did something, but just nothing interesting.
Um. So, how long does it take for me to, like, if I wanted to sit down and kind of like switch around some spells, do I have to do a full rest for that, or what is that again?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a
Okay.
long
yeah.
rest, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's long rest to to change out your prepared spells. I'm pretty
Well,
sure. I
never
don't think
mind.
there's a thing for a wizard to change out prepared spells. Yeah, it's only after a long rest.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna wander back to the other guys and just say, I don't know what to do with this. Someone else look at it. Where are they all scattered about, or do I find them easily even?
Your people?
Yeah.
I think at this point, everyone has kind of done their stuff. It's been maybe an hour.
Yeah.
And it's all kind of convening and sharing what you found. Hey, if we were in the 2024 rule set, at level 5, a wizard can exchange one prepared spell during a short rest.
Interesting.
And at level 18, the spell mastery feature allows you to change one first and second level spell by spending 8 hours in study. Oh, no, that lets you change one completely.
Change it entirely. Yeah.
Anyways. Too bad we aren't
Yeah.
playing 2024 rules. Because I'm not buying all those books.
I see no reason to switch too.
No, if we started a new one, D&D game, I might think about it, but probably wouldn't.
Anyway, I go back to the other guys. I'm not sure what's happening over here, and so I'm rejoining the group.
Okay, why don't you do that? Roll a D100. So what have our numbers been so far?
42, 16, 57.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can kind of share your information and talk about what you want to do next. So Bell has his information about the map pointing out to the two pits. Felix has what he saw down in his pit. Carrick has what he
Yeah, we
read
must
from the
have been
door and the
playing
fact that these two weird
2014
boxes. And
here
Christopher,
in
do you just go
April
stand
20.
away
No.
because Carrick came back?
I think I'm more worried about myself for letting my guard down. You know, I should have been looking it out. So I don't think
Okay.
I'm pinning it on him, but my own.
You're no
complacency,
longer holding your grudge.
so I'm not displacing it onto him now. Yeah.
How emotionally intelligent of the barbarian?
It's yeah, lots of introspection out there in the woods.
Yeah, while you're just standing there holding a crank. Okay, yeah. With that, what do you guys kind of want to talk about?
What are we doing here? I mean,
Yeah.
we got these holes. We got this box. Nobody's here. Like, I don't remember even what we're looking for.
I'll give you this. Felix and Carrick, as you're talking through this, both of you give me intelligence checks. This is the worst thing about having a puzzle in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are both able to put together, like, as you're talking about what you saw on the door, and even Thel's like little like tidbits about the confusion between the leftmost pit and the one below it is like there's this door that looks like a door but has no hinges, so maybe isn't a door. There's this pit that has has been dug down to smooth worked stone, which makes it feel like part of a building. There's this thing relatively close to it that has, this kind of same sort of worked stone, but has this metal orb in it that looks like a seed. And on that other door, there's a tree. So maybe there's something between those three things that hasn't done, like, no one's been down into the actual worked stone in that topmost pit.
Okay. Well, yeah. I guess I'm gathering, the connection of the seed and the making the tree bloom or whatever the wording was on that door. So, I guess, yeah. I guess I relay that connection. I still don't know what to do with it. But okay, yeah, I'll go investigate the worked stone. How about that?
Okay. Go down there. It's about 70, 75 feet. Christopher can crank you back down there. Make an investigation check down here. 14. It's kind of hard to see because there's a, layer of dust. Like you can feel the work stone, but probably needs to be cleaned a little bit to notice anything. But
You're saying I should clean it? Is that what you're saying? I can clean it?
I'm saying if you have some magic to do that, or it's just, you get down and it's just taking a bit of time to go through there. But what you do find is, as you're kind of cleaning around, like your handles falls into like this circular like inlay into the bottom of into like the middle of this stone. And as you like kind of sweep around, you see these different in like four corners reaching out into the like as an X almost, reaching out and terminating in these other circles that the stones are all square, but these are circles. Each one is a circle, and as you bump one, it kind of shifts. So kind of what you have is, I'll just draw it here. Kind of a, nope, that's not working. Something like that. As you kind of like brisk things.
What's shifting? That's what I don't understand.
It's when you like get to these in circle or this end circle, it kind of like wobbles.
So it's like a spherical piece of stone? Like what?
Possibly. Like as you like press that, and you'll say since you said a spherical piece, so as you roll it, it's not as much a sphere as it is like a coin. It like you kind of do that. It flips over, and you see this picture of at the top of it these sprayed out lines that shoot across in very random angles at the top.
You don't got any ideas?
Yeah. I'll say anyone can jump in when you want to as far as this. So I would say this one, as you looked at, had like these very like
Which hole is he in again?
that one.
The top left. Okay.
Yeah.
We gotta do something with this seed. I just don't know what. Do we? So they're supposed to be representing the holes. You're supposed to put the seed in something. I don't understand why this thing is moving. Yeah.
After you flip it over and are kind of like flipping it over, once it's flipped over toward the image on the side, you notice that it can run down this vein towards the center.
What can run down? The whole coin can run down toward the center?
Yeah, towards the center. Okay.
What if I do that? If I just roll it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you just kind of slide it down, and do you slide it down into the center?
Yeah.
Make a dexterity saving throw. 23. You're able to avoid, as all of you standing around see from out of a cloudless sky, a lightning bolt comes down and shoots into the center of this hole. As the coin that you just put in there immediately flips up into the air and lands back where it was where it began.
The lightning hit the thing that I just touched.
Yes, and it flipped back out.
We all four can get in a hole and do one of these at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
So
but
I'm
there,
reading that.
there's only, or is this in all the holes or just my hole?
You have only checked this one, but from that image up there, you saw like the same thing, the same pattern everywhere.
Okay. And where's the seed?
The seed was in the middle of that other room. Oh. You want to drop down there and do something, Felix?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone goes in one of these holes, I'm not sure I understand. I think if it looks like these all are in one of these holes, based on your drawing here.
Oh, sorry. That drawing, all of that is inside of this one hole
Okay,
on top of the sculpted rock.
got it. Then why don't we all drop down and do it at the same? Like, I don't understand. Is this like one slot for a coin, or is this 4 slots for a coin?
It was a deep hole that Carrick put his hand, like when he was cleaning it, fell into. So it feels like it could probably hold multiple.
Then let's all go down and do a coin.
Okay.
Can I just also say puzzles suck? They are the worst part of this game.
Okay. I really like them, so I think that's the problem. This is like puzzle number 3 that we've ever done.
Oh, yeah, I don't mind puzzles. I think that it's extremely difficult for DM to try to pick the right amount of like challenging and information. Like I don't see how you do that well. That's hard.
Okay. Well, anyways, you guys all go down there. If you flip over every other stone, you see one that's kind of a seed shape, one that's kind of 2 straight up lines, and one that's kind of like branches.
I put the seed in the seed-shaped one.
You put the seed down first, you put the trunk down second, you put the branches down third, you put the broken parts out down fourth. Boom, the door opens.
Sorry,
Thel
Scott.
was really curious what would have happened
I
if
gave
he...
so many hints.
Dude, we weren't getting there.
Nope.
We were so far from doing that.
What
It's
Thel
like,
does
oh.
hold his lightning spear up when the lightning bolt comes down to catch it in the spear. I'm curious what happens.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
You even get a dexterity saving throw if you thrust yourself into the lightning.
Yes, with a 13, you take 7 points of lightning damage, but you can use its lightning bolt thing twice in a day
Cool.
until you've done that.
Extra charge.
Okay, someone roll a D100.
How many hits did I take? 7?
7.
It's not. Oh, there we go.
Okay, that puts us up to that. Okay. Next up, you hear as all those go in, a lightning bolt does come down, but this time things don't flip out. It does, and you see a vein of silver come straight down through, like towards the other hole, and as it disappears into the ground, you hear a rumble down at the other pit. As if a door has opened.
In one of the pits.
Yeah.
Okay, so in addition to the door under the cover, right? Or no?
No, it runs away from the under the cover. Like what you that seems to not have opened, but there is something that sounds like it opened possibly by where
Okay.
Felix had uncovered that original like same silverish seed.
Okay. Well, wander over there. Take a look.
Okay, guys, roll yourselves up, roll yourselves down. There's an open tunnel going down underneath everything. Some debris fell in that you can move relatively easy, but as you go through there, you now see a dark tunnel leading straight through, seemingly into the mountain.
Perfect. Now we start blasting.
You start blasting. There's still a torch down here, so you can even carry the torch down. And you guys wind down this relatively long tunnel until it starts to widen and widen into a cavern. As you continue going down, though, like some of it is crumbled, but you start seeing like very fine sculpted stonework across, like that, like you would recognize it, like it's stonework, most likely dwarven, but it has like this thing is also very large, so it seems like you said, like dwarven people in their cities don't often, like especially this long ago, make things very very large because they don't need as much room. But in this case, like you're like have 20-30 foot hallways as you go down. It kind of moves, and as you like go, there's like different reliefs and motifs of that same tree that you had seen the top of on the underneath the tent. Yeah, so you just keep continuing down until you reach kind of an end of a passage that opens up into a very large room that still has some level of light, to where you can just barely make out stuff. And you see, barely illuminated, a large vehicle and a set of tracks seen going straight up, much steeper than this picture shows, but going up into a dark void. You can kind of make out a doorway that is closed up there, but that is this. You've been walking for maybe like 15 minutes down this hallway to get here, so like you are definitely under the mountain. Like under the mountain,
Yeah,
like
the puzzles are tough
a
by
quarter
coastal.
mile,
Like
3/4 of a mile, probably.
a couple of them we've been able to like progress more evenly on,
And
but
there's
then
still just like no people.
most of the time we get stuck at some point and just can't seem to
No.
figure it out.
I mean, honestly, when you come in here, this looks like a location that hasn't been touched in hundreds of years.
Okay.
So,
Oh, we right.
like you had read before that the city of Corix was lost to anyone that knew anything about it hundreds of years ago. So, you have this big old funicular in front of you. Someone roll a D100.
I did the last one.
Okay. Yeah, there's this big old funicular in front of you. What do you do?
And I see zero reason to not immediately ride the funicular.
Besides the
Alright.
fact that it's just sitting there.
So is it more dark? Like, so obviously for the graphic, it's lit up with these torches. Or those torches look like they're not like flamed, but they're some sort of
Yeah, there's some
unending
sort of magical, ever-burning something.
unending light source. Okay.
Yeah. And I'd say, like, inside of the funicular, there is no light source. Just this thing,
does
just like there are cobwebs. This thing has not moved in centuries. In fact, you see like one of the wheels seems to like almost be off the track.
Oh, okay. Does it look like this is fixable or just some sort of relic of the old time at this point?
This looks like it's fixable. It just like would require some level of effort to get it back on track, powered up, and moving up is like your best guess.
What does it look like it's powered by? Magic?
Yeah, if you look around, you find a little like station booth, and it looks like, yeah, it looks like it is powered by some sort of electricity. Uh, uh, as a joke, but also, yeah, like it looks like there's some sort of like there's these receptacles that have like can turn and do that to provide power to maybe this entire area. But right now it's running on standby mode. So kind of those are the two things. Like one, it's not on the track, and two, it's unpowered. And looking at the track, you see it is starting to go steep, but once it gets to that, like right before it gets to that door, the steepness changes to like a 65-degree angle. So incredibly steep that it goes up.
But probably not passable without this funicular, is what you're saying?
I mean, it's going up a mountain. It's probably doable, but how strong are you as a wizard?
Rude.
So
Okay. What else is going on in this room? Is there anything else of interest that I might want to investigate?
I think like you can investigate the architecture and things like that, but this looks like quite truly like a like station. Just
Yeah.
there's not a ton interesting here besides the thing you were supposed to get on and get off.
There's no like controls that are visible like outside of this giant machine.
No, the only thing would be in that control room. It looks like there's, like I said, like these energy compartments, some like kind of dials in that, and like one big lever. So anything else you would think would probably be inside the funicular itself.
So what happens if one of you big boys just pull the lever?
Pull the lever.
You do, and as you pull that big lever, you see the doors like that are up that tunnel. Like you see them like kind of shift and start to kind of move open, but then they stop. It does seem that energy resources are very low. Looks like there's those canisters that seem to be the batteries for this. And make an Arcana check, Carrick.
Yeah. Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually just gonna ask if I might be able to like lightning bolt it or something. Oh dear lord. Give it some energy.
Okay. You said what I was giving you that to give you hints, but yes, you think you can direct your energy. It's just a matter of, you know, how much energy needs to go into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll start with, a shocking grasp, something nice and low, but I'm sure it's going to need more than that.
Okay. Roll damage for shocking grasp. Yeah, 15 damage. It does, like, you watch as that goes in, and with the lever already depressed, the door actually opens, another like 10 feet before you see the battery that you had kind of filled up go down. And there are like 4 of these batteries there. Felix, since you had asked that, make an investigation check while you're in here.
Okay, how far apart are the batteries?
Like a foot.
A foot? Oh, they're all right next to each other?
Yeah.
Did you tell me to make investigation?
Yeah.
Sorry.
At 14, you do notice these like large cables coming out of the station box, but it like kind of like goes up into the side of the mountain. You'd have to climb up to kind of see where they continue going. You don't really see if they just terminate in there or like if there's anything they connect to.
Can I climb then and see if I can figure out where they end up going?
Yeah. Climb up there, and as you're climbing, make a perception check. Yeah, you're climbing, and as you climb, you get to um, kind of where you have to like concentrate more on climbing than actually, looking at that cable, and you don't see like where the cable kind of broken in half, and you touch the other side of the cable, and as you feel, oh well, no, with a 9, you're not getting that. You take uh 7 points of lightning damage as you touch this hot end of another cable. And after you take that, make a dexterity saving throw to see if you hold on. Yes, you hold on very well. And you are able to, as you hold on, you're able to like immediately like refocus your attention after, like touching a live wire. You see this gap, like this broken gap between the two cords. It's probably about, a foot long. It looks like it was almost like eaten away by something, like whether that be a creature or something else. But you do, like, you have that information on you that there is this wire coming down that is full of energy.
Can I send it down or carry it down and be like, I think I might have something that'll work, but I don't think we're alone.
Yeah, I think well, the bigger thing is it's not something you could really bring down. It's just like a straight wire with part of it cut out.
You gotta patch the connection more than.
Yeah, like that's probably more what you'd think is like maybe this would work if we patched it.
Sounds good.
How much do I know about electricity? Like, this sounds like a job for rope.
Yeah, I don't think
Air
I don't
rope.
think rope is gonna work for
Metal
this.
rope. I got rope. I got 2 types of rope. Perfect.
Do you have any conductive rope? You know,
Yeah,
rope
that's
made
what I'm
of
trying to
copper
figure out.
and
Do I know
You know,
conduct?
if you guys had any level of transmutation magic, you could turn the rope into iron, and it would work. Well, would iron? I would say it works.
It worked
Kind of
better
wet
than
now.
rope.
Make
It
heat
worked
up.
better than rope.
do we have any like portal magic that we can like
Connect the two. Um. Yeah, I mean that is definitely something that is, you kind of have two thoughts right now. Is you could continually charge this thing up. You have no clue how much you need to charge it to make this funicular move, or you could figure out how to fix this thing. Meanwhile, there's also the problem of one of the wheels not quite being on the track.
Is this something that requires like lifting the whole funicular to get back on the track, or like what? Help us visualize what it looks like the solution is there.
Tell me the solution.
Well, here's the thing,
No,
right? It's
I'm
like
joking.
I'm literally looking at a funicular with the wheel off the track. Like it'd be pretty reasonable to like deduce. Does the wheel just need to be moved onto the track?
It
Is
just
it
needs to
not?
be moved onto the track, yes.
Yeah, because like these are easy things to visualize if you're looking at it, but since we're just in the mind,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, no, it's just like off kilter, off the track. Like it's the wheel, some sort of pressure put on it made it, instead of being straight up, it's kinked out.
Is it still connected to the funicular?
Yes, like to an extent.
Thel will enlarge and attempt to lift it back on the wheel.
Okay.
Or the track.
So you bonk your fists together. Make a strength check with advantage. I'm gonna say this is hard. $24. You're able to get it as well on there as you think that a just physical might can do. It's not quite on there, like it's not quite even straight up and down, but you have bent it back in as much as you think you could possibly do it without exploding a blood vessel in your head. So it definitely looks like it's more likely to work now, though. It just might be a little janky and slow, would be your guess. So.
Okay. The wire that Felix has found, is it? I wasn't clear. It's attached to part of the funicular. Like if as we ride the funicular up, that location will come with us, or we will leave that location behind when we take the funicular.
Yes. What this looks like is that this is feeding power from somewhere down to this station.
Okay. So if I was going to use an item like a sword or a spear and then wrap that in rope as a conductor, that would be left behind.
Yes. Whatever you put there, it would be left behind.
Okay.
So. Has anyone gone in the funicular yet?
I do now.
You don't have to now. It's just I would say everyone's doing something except for Christopher. Are you just standing there looking around? And if you are just standing around, make a perception check. You don't hear dog shit. You
don't
you
know.
can't hear anything. You're in your own brain.
Just have like a song.
Roll one more time. I'm going to give you this. Roll one more time because you were worried about an ambush. And that's like the fourth natural one you rolled, so I feel bad.
Sometimes it's just not their day.
No. You start hearing, you don't, like, it had been pretty quiet except for the clanking and clanging, like moving this giant wheel, you see like, Felix getting shocked up in the hill, like pulled a lever, door kind of opened, but now kind of got quiet again. And you do almost hear, like, coming down from the way you came, you hear like a boom, just a very low, like, rumbling sound. Nothing like to where you could point out what it was. It just it sounded like something was coming from down there. So
Start making my way in defense, looking at all the rocks that might look at me funny.
okay. As you do start moving down there, 1 second. There's two things I need to open. Hold up. One second. I think that's the one we want. That's the one we want. You the sound is getting louder, but it feels fairly far away. A decent amount away. So oofa doofa. So you're standing there kind of as a sentinel at the door. Has anyone figured out what they're going to do to power up this funicular? Kind of got two options.
I thought that Felix was fixing the wire.
I mean, he can. It's just what width? There's a foot-long gap between the two. And the gap and the wire immediately goes into a mountain.
Yeah, I don't have anything that can, like, specifically, like, bridge the gap, except for myself.
How long's the tip on a javelin?
So maybe that's an option. I have 80 hit points.
And
So
just
maybe that's
touching
what I
the
do.
wire did 7.
Yeah, so maybe I'm,
Are you gonna Thor this in the eye of the forge or whatever that was? Yeah.
Yeah. Just have a sun go through your body.
This is
How long
filling
is a javelin?
What'd you
Does
say?
anybody have any just extra swords or whatnot?
In the bag of holding, there are 8 extra javelins and 3 extra spears.
How long is a tip? I figure that's a foot, right? Tip of a javelin.
You could take some of the extra spears, put the javelin tips together, and then use that to bridge the
And
gap.
then tie it all together like a rope lashing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I will say, by using all of your javelins and spears, a length of rope, someone give me, whoever wants to make this construction, a check.
What check makes sense?
Who's the best
Is
at
anyone
not
good at
tying?
tinkering?
Has anybody leveled up their MacGyver talent? Anybody?
I would say it.
I don't think any of the things that make sense are things I should do.
What? Okay, you guys pitch it to me. What do you want to roll?
I would think like a dexterity, just like a straight dexterity check to see if we were able to like do this with our hands. I want to push for sleight of hand, but that doesn't really make sense because I'm not deceiving anything. But
I will give you this. It'll be a dexterity. Sleight of hand will be to put it in and get it in there. Or no, I'll say this: you guys can lash this together. If you want to take some time to do it, I will not require a roll on that, and then you'll have to but you will have to sleight of hand it into the spot. And
okay,
however
that sounds fair.
Sound fair? Okay.
Okay, so we've lashed together this
take
thing with rope,
Yes.
and then we've got spears at either end, and then somebody has to kind of quickly shove it in there to try not to get electrocuted too much.
Yes, exactly. So roll 1d6 to see how long this, or 1d10 to see how long this takes for you to kind of like get to where you guys are comfortable.
Rope expert, do you want to roll 1d6?
D10.
D10. All right.
Who rolls the lowest? 6. Well, perfect. Takes about 6 minutes for you guys to get everything set in place. With that, roll a 1d100 plus 6. $28 plus. I don't think you understand how much that D6, rolling a 6 on that, actually mattered. So you guys get it up there. Felix, are you gonna make a sleight of hand to plug it in?
Here we go.
You are able to, like, you think about it logically. You put it into the negative end first, the side that's not going to immediately shock you as you hold it, and then just like very, very quickly, you pull it like in as far as you can to where there's a tiny little gap. You kind of see some sparks. You feel some prickling on your fingers. And then since it is sharp edges on the side, they're kind of digging into the wires. You move it just a bit, shove it into the other one as the rope immediately burns up, and the metal of the spear tips in that weld themselves together, and you have a perfectly like new wire that just doesn't have the nice part around it. It's exposed. Don't touch it. It's glowing blue and red, but you immediately see all of the batteries down at the bottom, Carrick, fill up. And with that lever still down, you see the doors start to open, and the funicular start to slowly start clicking and moving as if it's starting up. It seems that pulling that lever is what started this thing. So you guys all need to get on post haste.
Good move. We jump on.
On we
Okay.
go.
Everyone can get on pretty easily. There is this like bottom door. The only person who probably isn't there is Christopher, who has been watching a door. And as he's watching that door, Christopher, I need you to make wisdom saving throw. No, wait, hold on. Okay, you turn to start running because you have to go. I need you to make a strength saving throw. That fails. As you turn around and start running, you hear, like, as it comes around the corner, a scrape and then just a slam down on the ground, and spikes of earth come jutting up from behind you, knocking you prone. So you're only able to get about halfway there as you get up to run. And you take um, um, plus 8 is 29 points of bludgeoning damage as rocks hit you in the back, like kind of pierce into you, and then as you land, they fall back on top of you. But you're able to get up and run as all of you guys who are on the funicular watch as this 17-foot golem made of iron, like with iron pauldrons, but most body made of stone. You've seen your stone golem. This thing looks like its big brother is moving towards you. It doesn't move quickly, mind you, but it is, after making that, Christopher, you are since you lost half that movement, you have to do something to catch up to this funicular. Or does anyone help him try to catch up?
I feel fairly confident that my intervention will not be helpful.
Well, everyone gets one turn before it's the golem's turn again.
How far away am I?
Say 100 feet. And so on this first turn, your movement is halved. Not halved, but you have half of your movement because you have to get up from prone.
I'm sorry, say again, what is this golem? This golem is coming after him? Is that what's happening?
It looks like it's coming after him. Do a quick intelligence check.
I'm not smart today.
That's you're like, that's weird. Where'd that come from?
Best I can do is start blasting. I do a little firebolt at this golem. Hopefully just enough to, I don't know, distract him or slow him down or something.
Okay. shoot your firebolt. Hold on, just since we're on it. Pull that guy onto the screen so I have an actual thing. What did you get?
15 to hit. Damage.
That misses. That hits it in the chest, and it just keeps walking forward.
Hmm.
So there's one. What about the other three of you?
Guess I'll try and throw some rope to him.
So you throw some rope to
Yeah.
Christopher. Okay, so if you throw some rope out there, and I'll say like that's easy enough, and you like prepare to pull him in as soon as he gets to it. That would make your or make a strength check to see how far you throw the rope. You throw the rope about 25 feet out before, like, it's a rope. You can't just throw 50 feet of rope the full distance. So about 25 feet. So you, instead of having 100 feet, have 75 feet to get to this rope to where Bell can start pulling you in, so to help. Anything you want to do, Felix?
How tall, or like where am I in this funicular? Am I on top of it? Am I in it? I can't remember. I think I climbed up somewhere, but I don't know if I was on top of it.
I will say you can be wherever you want on it, either in it or on top of it. Like, in it would be like right at the bottom part of the door. That's where the other two guys are. Or you could jump from where you were and landed on top.
What I want to do is get the rope to Christopher by jumping down to the ground and just giving it to him and climbing back up. I think I could do that in 2 turns.
Your movement?
Using my movement. If I use my movement plus my
Action.
dash.
Yeah. So you have what, 120 feet of movement between those three?
Where that even is? Oh, 40. Yeah, so 40 would be normal. Plus I could do 40 with a dash.
And then a 40 with your cunning action dash. So 120. I will say that is probably just enough to get the rope to him. And then on your way back, but I'll have you make just a dexterity check to see if you can like climb back on. Like, you wouldn't be able to get back to the door, but you could maybe climb up one of these other sides. I'll let you have advantage because of your second story work. Thank goodness. You scuttle up and get into one of the windows, and now you are inside of this old and dusty, but like really nice funicular. It has like a little bar in one side, it has some chairs, all of that stuff. Christopher, you are holding on to the rope as your friend came, dropped it off, and just fucking booked it away. So you're laying on the ground, but there's a rope on your head.
How close is the golem?
Let's see, you got pushed. He is about 20 feet away.
I am gonna bagpipe him as I start running. I'm gonna try and get up, start running, but pipes a haunting.
Okay. So you get up, so that's going to limit your movement to 20 feet, so you'll still be 80 feet away, but you have the rope to be pulled up with. You turn around, pipes of haunting. Amazingly, this giant stone creature cannot be scared by music.
Well, he still knows what's what, whether he's frightened or not.
It is a non-emotioned face. Its face is actually just flat. There is no eyes. There is no that. It is a construct in every sense of the word. It has no emotions. I'll give you this though. Since he grabbed the rope, go ahead and make a strength check. I guess no. Do you think you are still enlarged? Has it been more than 10 minutes since you first moved that
Yeah,
thing?
we had to fashion our thing together.
Oh yeah,
and
that was
then,
6 minutes. Yeah, you're not enlarged anymore.
And then we were
So,
jumping on the
you-
funicular, so I think I would have de-enlarged at that point anyway.
Yeah, but you did, since you threw him the rope. I will give you you can make an strength check to see how far you pull him towards you. 20. So we'll just say at that point you pull him 20 feet closer. So he is now 60 feet away, but about 70 feet away from the golem, who's going to have to use its entire turn to move 60 feet to try to catch up. And at this point, it's just a foot race. So, Christopher, with that rope yanking you there, you're back up onto your feet. You're able to run onto the funicular just as it starts moving up the mountainside. And it's moving at a decent clip at this point, but you can definitely tell it's still like warming up, and that wheel on its side not being fully in is definitely like, you do feel like every once in a while it kind of like slips, like a bad cog in a watch. It slips, so you're not moving at this thing's full speed. And yeah, you guys are all standing at the door as this golem is chasing after you.
A cogwheel train slipping sounds fucking terrifying, by the way.
What? A giant train slipping back 2 feet every time it goes up?
I mean,
Or what?
yeah, the cogwheel trains are already like feel pretty terrifying because of how steep those climbs usually are. Like it's slipping, yeah, that just
Yeah.
just out of game.
That's
sounds
why normally they are pulled up by cables, not by cogs. But this is a magic world.
I mean,
Okay.
we rode a cogwheel train in Switzerland. These exist.
Oh, you did? There was a cogwheel train there?
Yes.
Everyone I've ever ridden has been on a cable.
On a cable. There were both. There were funiculars and there were actual cogwheel trains.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, this thing's coming after us still. Is it clearly gaining on us?
It is at a very, very slow pace.
How far did we have to go to hit that 65-degree incline?
A couple 100 feet.
Oh, we got hours. Hours. I have no idea.
Okay, actually, I'll say this: it's not catching up to you. You are staying equidistant away. It is about 40 feet away from you.
Yeah.
You guys are nicely moving away from it. I think the yeah, I think I'll take that. I think you did enough. You problem solved that one. So you guys start riding the funicular up. You have a pursuer that you can kind of watch from the windows. Like, you get to a point where standing on this doorway no longer makes sense, because the doorway, like, with the angles, like, this thing is inches away from the side of the wall. So you're just staring at the wall at that point. So you assume that this thing can't chase after you, but you don't know for sure because you can't get a visual on it. You start riding this up, and it isn't moving fast. And every time one of those slips happens, you know your butt puckers. Just if it's going to slide back down. But you are in this like well appointed, like nice room. You see more of those tree motifs that you had seen, you know, at the excavation site, and you are moving up. Um, let's just see. Let's roll some dice. Okay. Okay. And okay. That'll do. So okay. I need to go to the bathroom, but you guys are riding up this hill, and it's very sketchy. You feel at times where it like stops and pivots 90 degrees and continues to go up. Which, if you can figure out that one, it can work. It just has to work in a weird way. Feel like that can work.
Magic. We're fine.
It's magic. We're fine. But you guys are moving up this large hill. You're on there for about 30 minutes, so we'll cover whatever you guys want to do while you're on the funicular for the next 30 minutes. Okay, be right back. Oh,
How much health are you down, Chris?
I'm down, whoa, 50 points, but I'm still over 100.
Okay,
but you're down 50. You're down 50 from mostly environmental hazards.
Yeah, so now you're down. Now you're down 0. I don't have much lay on hands
you.
left, but you are now healed.
Useful.
One, you should have more than. Oh, did you heal yourself as well? You should have what? 50,
I have
65.
55. I have 55.
Shouldn't you have 65? You should have 5 for every level of paladin you are.
Well, then it didn't change when I leveled up. It was supposed to be bigger. Let me check.
I mean, that's because we had those weird level up problems. It might not have done that for you. Yeah, you should have 65. Oh, by the way, when I rolled, 'cause I didn't know if we were going to use your son's on this adventure, his stats are dumb. Constitution, 15 intelligence, 15 wisdom, 17 charisma. That was just from the normal rolling.
All right, so all of his checks for recruiting our army is going to be dope.
Yes.
Just the best of things.
He is a... What is it? He is a Oath of the Ancients Paladin, level 10. Folk hero. So.
Felix, how are you? You were down a little health, right, Felix? You got zapped.
Yeah, I'm down, but only like 6 points because I had some temporary health HP from something. I don't even remember what last time.
That would be from when you cast False Life.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I'm down 6, but I'm okay. Don't spend anything on me right now.
Okay.
The 2 tanks are full health. If we run into anything, we'll be all right.
Yep. So you guys ride up this. It does take, you're riding for about a half an hour at this point. Is there any investigations around? Like I said, this is a accoutrement cart, or it has, like I said, a bar cart. It seems like the bottom part was mostly just like storage to move things up and down, but this like top area was kind of cushy. Seemed like time for people to take a break. Probably because they worked pretty hard work wherever they were going. That's the main cars. There's up at the top level, there is a captain's car that's behind a locked door. Yeah. Is there any investigations you want to do while you're in here?
This is what, like centuries old, right?
Yes.
Sort of. I'll get
Somewhere
all
between 100 and 800 years old, probably.
So whatever spices last 800 years. So definitely
Okay.
oregano.
You go behind the bar. It doesn't look like there was a working kitchen on here. But going behind the bar, you find like these 3 small bottles with that same language that Carrick had seen earlier. They don't look like liquor bottles, but look like, maybe some type of bitters, some type of that. You have no clue what they are, but you find just say 3 bottles of old dwarven bitters. While looking back there, though, you do find like 6 uncorked bottles of. One of them isn't corked next to it. If you pop that open, you would smell some fine dwarven vodka. Would vodka be the alcohol that would last the longest? You're muted.
That's curious. Yeah, I wonder.
Probably I'm guessing as long as it's sealed, like the higher the alcohol content and like the less other things. Like basically Everclear that's perfectly sealed maybe would be the best. I don't know.
Would 800-year-old vodka still be good? It would likely be safe to drink, though it
Nice.
probably would not taste good or even resemble modern vodka. But there's magic here. This stuff rules.
Wasn't there
Made
mead from like
in
pyramids?
the fancy Corix vodka stills. Take out any microbes.
Yeah, there can be no organic
Yeah,
matter and no oxygenation, otherwise it'd be fucked.
Yes, it's perfectly sealed. There's no angel share here.
Yeah, perfect.
So you find some
Not
vodka too.
vinegar, and it's not gonna kill us, so we're good.
Yep. So you find that's kind of like most probably interesting things in the bar cart, bar area. But anything else people want to look at?
Is there any like map or anything telling us where we're going? Because like we're really flying blind here.
Your best guess would be probably inside the locked captain or locked conductor's office. So going up to that, it is just a simple lock. Make a thieves tool check. Yeah, you're able to jim your way in there real quick. The door slides open. And inside here, it's a still kind of abandoned. Um, you go and start looking through things. And up on the wall there is like the map of like the route you're taking, like where the switch points are and where like safe places to stop the train if need be are, and like run out areas. And so it shows that, and it does do this like meandering track up the mountain until it just has a picture of like this big mountain basin, um, with a train going over to this large, like conical structure, which is labeled as Corix. Well, it's labeled in. You don't speak Dwarvish, do you? No, it's labeled as Dwarvish. I'm going up and you look around at these different like buttons and levers on this you know machine. Like you can see out in front of you, there's small spotlights showing like the track going up. But yeah, you're just kind of in a conductor's office. That's like the best thing you can see is that map in there. If you want to look around, make an investigation check. Yeah, looking around, you do find like just a small journal sitting on a table next to the main conductor's chair. Inside of it, you just like find some doodles, and that most everything else is written in Dwarven, so you can't read it. But as you pick it up, make a perception check. You're with all the things that have happened today, like especially thinking back to Christopher being so on edge about being ambushed, you feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and you wheel around in the chair, and standing in front of you is a squat, mostly translucent, like kind of amber golden glowing, uh, dwarven ghost that yells at you in dwarvish, saying, "Ah!" and like tries to like swats at your hand to get the journal out of it. Make a also make an attack roll. Does a 16 hit your armor class?
It does, yeah.
He slaps the book out of your hand and then rushes over, tries to pick it up, but can't because he's a ghost.
So he can hit me, but he cannot pick up a book.
Yes,
This
is
is very
cannot
strange
interact.
magic.
No, he can pick it up. Picks it up. I did that in my head, and then I had
Like,
this
oh,
exact same
no!
reaction you did as I said it. It was going to be funny that he couldn't pick up his journal, but no, he picks it up and puts it back on the table and just starts berating you in Dwarvish.
I'm going to comprehend languages. I want to see what he's saying, Gabby.
Yeah, you might not be able to talk back to him with comprehend languages. You know what he's yelling. He's like, "What are you doing here?" My funicular has not run in years. Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
Oh, we got it running, my man. I speak to him in common.
Let's see. Let's roll roll a d20 to see if this your type of common existed. Nope. This guy does not speak your language.
This is like ancient Dwarven.
Like you can understand what he's saying. It is a little muddled, kind of like what we said with the comprehend languages earlier. Like it takes a minute to figure it out, but he mainly talks to you. He's like, it has been running like it doesn't seem like the guy realizes he's dead. It's kind of like from the gist that you kind of get on. He's talking you like it has been running. I've been sitting waiting for people forever, but it broke, so I just sat and did my post. And what are you doing? And he seems not altogether there. As far as you guys, I don't know if you've interacted with. Have you guys? You've interacted with ghosts once, but I don't think you were there, Felix. So,
Don't they run our estate?
huh?
Don't they run our estate? Or
Oh no, yeah, you guys have interacted with ghosts. This guy has been a ghost for a very long time and is very muddled. Like the ghosts that you have interacted with had some semblance of their selves and identity and all of that. Remembered mostly what happened up until they died. This guy, you would seem to think doesn't know that he died. So, there's that. And he's kind of like talking like, "Why are you in here? This isn't where you're supposed to be. Go back down to the card. Have a drink." Seems very gruff, but also polite. If that makes sense. Like any other time, you would have like breaking into the conductor's car of a train, you would have been immediately arrested. But this guy's just like, "Don't be here. Like, I know it's cool, but there's that."
Cool. I think I'm just gonna back out. I don't really want to piss off this ghost.
And he gives you a thumbs up. Because
Some
he
things
realizes
never
he can't
change.
understand anything he's saying, and then closes the door, and you hear the lock latch again. Uh, anything else, anyone? I'll give you this. After that goes off, you do hear like a chime happen, like a, and over the loudspeaker, you can still understand this, or over a speaker in here. It the dwarven ghost, now seemingly being summoned back to life by you grabbing his journal or that, like makes an announcement about arriving in Corix in 20 minutes. To make yourself comfortable, and please see Sven for your drink. And as that's happening, as Sven's name is called, as you're back behind the bar, Christopher, a ghost appears next to you. This one, gnomish actually, like smaller, and looks up at you behind the bar and like just like slaps you, like starts yelling at you in Dwarvish as well. Carrick, you would hear him if you're just sitting in there. He's like, "Are you taking my job? Are you taking my job?"
Do I? So I understand that because I know enough modern.
You know
Dwarvish.
enough Dwarvish to have figured this out.
Okay.
And the fact that, I don't know, you read it, whatever. These
Yeah.
guys aren't speaking. These people aren't speaking with that same giant dialect in it.
Okay.
It's
Hey,
more.
yeah.
It's more like, think of listening to someone speak like Old English.
Yeah.
Old
Really?
Dwarvish.
Behind the bar back there.
And then like you see him like pulls out this little, like things are short because like I said, this is mostly for Dwarvish people, built for Dwarvish people. Or no, it wasn't. We said it was built for big people. Never mind. Pulls up this like step stool and stands up, and he's like, "Oh, someone speaks my language." And just looks like, "You, Christopher, what languages do you speak?"
Sorry, did you say me?
I meant Christopher.
I don't know. I could put my belt back on and speak Dwarfish, but
Oh, you took your belt off. I forgot.
yeah. But how long would it take to switch over?
An hour.
For the whole an hour? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take off my flame tiara and on the belt.
Okay, so you reattune to the belt. I don't think it does anything for your constitution anymore.
No, yeah, that maxed me out. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
but
just
you're what? You're
Dwarvish.
immune to poison. You can speak Dwarvish.
Yeah.
So
So maybe I'll
Okay.
drink after this. Maybe I'll try the vodka after being immune to poison.
So yeah, you start reattuning to that. Fel, do you speak? What languages do you speak?
I speak Infernal and Common.
Neither of those are going to help you right now. You just get to be the person in the back that doesn't understand. But yeah, he stands up and he says, "I swear they're always coming after my job." And looks to you, Carrick. He's like, "Do you speak the right tongue? What can I get you to drink?"
Just some lukewarm water, please.
He looks down at the bar that is full of cobwebs and there is no water, and he says, "Hmm." Pulls out his other bottle of vodka, opens it up, and pours it and hands it to you.
Yeah.
It has water in it.
There. I kind of like give it a sniff, but just keep holding it.
You don't drink it?
No, I don't.
Mm. He says, "Oh, did you want a mixer?"
Uh, this is not really my kind of water.
He reaches down, and with that, he pulls out this very red a red bottle with a dwarvish white writing across it, almost in a cursive. "Are you sure? It is our finest." Felix, you come down at this time and see the first can of yolk that you have seen in over a year.
Start salivating.
It is 800-year-old yolk.
Vintage. He pops it open.
It
And
actually
takes a
says, you have your comprehend language. It says Yoka Yola Yasik.
Yeah, he tries to. He's gonna go ahead and take a swig.
Make a Constitution saving throw. It tastes so fucking good.
This is as refreshing as I remember.
What was the Constitution save then? Was it like whether or not he came?
No, the Constitution save was whether or not he loved it but gets poisoned.
That's one of those moments as a DM where if a natural one happens, it's just like, well, does this kill him? Does he die here?
He
You are
puked.
now unconscious and blind.
You lost an eyeball.
You are now
You
seizing.
opened it up. It sprayed into your face. It was so acidic that it gouged your eye out. That's funny. But yes, you enjoy your first Coke, which is weirdly still cold because, you know, it's been in this funicular that's been hundreds of feet underground. So it's not cold, but it's like Europe cold.
Europe cold.
Hey, if you've been to Europe, you know what I'm talking about.
My mom has a story about asking for ice in her water in France, and they came out with one ice cube on a spoon and put it in her water. So yeah, haven't been, but get the gist.
And right after that, Spin goes back to his work, just tidying up the bar. You see, like, it is actually tidying up the bar, like kind of dust in that. He's like, who people on the last shift don't do anything. Is cleaning up. Still 100% not realizing he's dead. So, at that time, as you are enjoying your drinks, do you ever have a sip of your drink, Carrick?
No, I just kind of hold it right here. I'm hoping to fool him that I haven't been drinking it.
Okay. Have your drinks. Christopher, we'll just say at this point, because of what's going to happen next, you attune to your belt.
I'll start drinking the vodka and just it like slowly, like just I yeah. The
It
tipsiness
is
gets
very smooth. Like, very smooth. It, the only real problem with it is it's like, doesn't have much of an actual flavor to it. It's definitely like meant to do a job or be mixed with something. It's kind of like I've realized I don't like Absolute anymore because it has this weird vanilla flavor in it. But
We just got Dwarven Tito's all the way.
yes, it's pretty much Dwarven Tito's, but smoother. It drinks like water.
It's actually the
So-
root of the word vodka, water. That's
Mhm.
that's how Russians see vodka. It's like the diminutive of water in Russian. So yeah.
Not surprised by that.
Like your wedding where you had to drink with the old lady?
Oh yeah, she tried to kill me.
If you don't drink with me, you've disrespected me.
Yeah, and then I had to cheers a man who was blind, and take another shot to make up for the shot that I tried to pretend to fake.
Okay. So you guys go, but another like bong happens, and uh, the other voice comes over. He's like, "We will now be reaching the outside of the cavern. Please make your, if you would like to see our city in its full grandeur, please move to the viewing compartment." Um, and with that, we'll move on to the last of the pictures. You are moving up, and as you come out, you're in an incredibly dark vale. The only reason you see anything is the near constant lightning strikes that are happening out of these clouds. Like we're saying, like not always like hitting ground, but lightning across, like enough to where you can see the city many times. And what you see at the top of the city is a giant tree. So you would assume that this is the city of Corix. More concerning, though, looking up uh, the railway, you see that there's just a shit ton of debris, and the tracks are broken, probably about 300 feet ahead.
Reparo.
What?
I use Reparo.
Reparo, yes.
So like, just like totally destroyed. Like, if are we gonna stop? Are we gonna fall into an abyss if we stay at like what is the implication here?
You don't know. You just know that you've interacted with a ghost that thinks everything is hunky dory and normal, and uh, are and looking out onto this. Everything is not hunky dory and normal. In fact, Sven looks out the window and says, "It's beautiful every time you see it, isn't it?" And goes back to washing a cup.
Well, I think we're getting off. Anyone else see that? Anyone else want to maybe get off this thing?
Looks like we're gonna jump.
Okay, just gonna let it continue and go fall off the cliff.
I mean, does it look like something that can be fixed, or no? Or you mean like, I mean, we'd have to like charge into the captain's area and like turn it off if we were gonna save this funicular, right?
Probably.
These guys are
He's
dead.
not happy with me, so I can't go. I can't.
No.
I
They're
can
already,
open the door for you, but
they're already dead. It's fine.
Okay, so you guys go and look to jump off.
How far away is like where the top of the track is supposed to be? Like if it wasn't broken, the destination, how far away is that?
You would probably have about
Sounds better.
23.
I don't know though.
What is a normal ski hill angle. Okay, we will say it's about 25 degrees. Which in steepness.
So pretty steep.
Pretty steep, but definitely jump, tuck and rollable. But as like, and also you're kind of lucky in this regard that the wheel does keep skipping because you're going slower than you would be normally. So you guys go to the back, go down to like the cargo area. The door is closed, but not locked because you guys came in it. And you look out, and there's the harsh mist, but there's no rain here. This is just a lightning storm up here. At least at this point, it's not pouring rain. It's just a mist, and then lightning bolts striking down, every 15 seconds. The rumbles of the thunder are near cacophonous, so hearing here is pretty hard. You do notice, like, inside of the funicular, you didn't really hear the thunder that much, but now that you're out, it's incredibly loud. As you all stand and are about to jump out, make a perception check. 20 is enough. You see, as one of the lightning bolts strikes, about 200, 300 feet behind you, a golem comes out of a tunnel. Guys, he has 29 strength. The angle, and it weighs 1 trillion pounds. The angle did not matter to him. He just...
How many golems have we fought in this campaign?
A lot.
All kinds of them.
Yep, I think at this point, there's only one, like, of the main types you haven't fought. And that's a steel golem. Or iron golem. One of the two. But this guy is actually from a different book, and he is much more powerful than a normal stone golem. So he's following you, so if you jump, you are still being pursued.
Wait, so the wire is still connected, or was it connected way down at the bottom?
Oh no, the wire is just powering the thing.
But can
does not
we
continue.
detach the wire and have it just kind of fall backwards and
No. The wire is running through the mountain. Whatever its power source is somewhere up in this mountain. And the wire just ran down, its disconnected portion caused it to not work anymore. But there could be other ways for you to make that happen. I do like the idea of the funicular going back. It's going to get destroyed anyways. Might as well have it be useful.
What if we destroy the cogwheel that's on?
We rip out the batteries?
Oh, we could do that.
You'd have to find them inside of this place. Yep. I would say, you guys are on a clock before you get to this part where it's just going to plummet off. So whatever you have to do, you have maybe a minute to do it. So
I would start, just trying to figure out what to unplug to get it to go backwards.
okay, you are down in this cargo hold area. There's nothing really in here. Christopher, make an intelligence check. You have been around a bunch of ancient technology at this point. There's enough. In what fucking world?
Yeah. Or what? How many failed athletics checks? And then intelligence is a good one.
You, with that, are able to you just kind of look down and where's the battery? Where's the battery? Like, how does this work? Like, and what you figure out is that the way that this energy is being transported up into this funicular, you're like, there's nothing's touching it. How's it getting its power? Well, of course, it's the third rail, the one that you never step on in the subway. And you realize that it must be being powered from below. Are you laughing, Chris or Jake, at my dumb?
It's just just a little bit. It's funny.
The magical third rail that exists because you rolled a 20. So you would assume that this thing is being powered from beneath. So
Can anyone get down there besides me and or Carrick? Is it too small for Fel and Christopher?
Can we just blast the rails from, if we just get an explosion at the rails from just above, shouldn't it disconnect the power?
it's possible. You can't necessarily see this rail that's powering it or that, but
I'll just
you could
blast all of them. Oh yeah, I don't know which one's number 3, so just blast all of them. Wait, how's it? Isn't the whole rail broken apart?
There actually aren't rails. This is just that was my real world analogy.
Oh, got it. I didn't know. Yeah, are we? But the big break to the top of the mountain, it's coming up from the bottom or the top, I guess.
It seems like the power comes up from the top, runs down to this switch to start and stop things, and then when the thing is switched, it connects all the way. With your 20, you would think you probably need to, because seeing that break and doing some of that in your math, seems like it not making that complete circuit, even though the thing is broken. It's the power connects to the funicular, not necessarily the rail line. So probably once this gets to the broken area, it'll lose power, but it'll also probably lose power that falls off the entire thing. So not thoughtfully engineered. So yeah, I'd say this has probably been about your 30 seconds. You have about another 30 seconds to decide what you're going to do before you're going to start having a choice made for you.
Does it look like there's any doors or compartments that lead below?
Make an investigation check in this room. You find a door, but it is rusted shut. That seems to be like in the middle of this room.
Can someone try and yank it open? Or is that gonna just someone rip the door off? I can't do that.
I could punch the door real hard.
Punch
Yeah,
the door.
Punch it hard.
I'll
Isn't
say
that
this: don't
hard?
do a strength throw. I was going to say make an attack roll against the door. You have advantage because it's a construct, or it's a because of your gloves.
What would I would just be doing? Isn't strength a regular attack roll, or I wouldn't be hitting it with my sword.
Unarmed attack. So I guess it's strength plus your proficiency, so plus 4, so 18.
But you said advantage. I should roll again.
No, it's fine. Oh yeah, but at advantage, roll again.
And somehow worse. Okay.
Okay, so 18 to hit, definitely hits. Roll your damage and times it, or I guess it's not roll damage. What's your strength modifier?
6.
6 plus proficiency is 10 times 2 is 20. You do 20 points of damage as you punch this door. It cracks through, and as it cracks through, an explosion of lightning comes through. Like you punched the door through the thing you were maybe trying to get to. It explodes. Everyone in this room make a dexterity saving throw.
Who's all in that room?
Everyone, because you guys were all about to just jump.
Yeah.
Is this something I can see?
Yes.
Well, shit. God damn it.
So like even with you guys technically getting your +3 from being close to Thel, Carrick and Christopher, you take 19 points of lightning damage.
Peace.
The other two, you guys take 10. And as that happens, everything shuts off in here, any of the lights, and you feel the wheels starting to be affected by gravity. Takes a second for it starting to go, but maybe the one flaw in your plan that you thought here is the only exit that you know of is at the back of this thing, and it's now going backwards.
Let's run to the front.
Run to the
What
front.
happens?
Okay, you have to run to the front. The only things you can see on the front were those observation windows. There's no way out of here besides going through the window.
Yeah, that's fine. Is there anything that can we smash the window?
Yeah, so
Yeah, let's
you
smash
just
the
smashed
window.
through a rusted metal door with a fist. You can smash through this window. Nope, it is made of invinciglass. You're stuck forever. It shatters. You guys all prepare to jump. You are jumping onto a, ledge, so there is quite a bit of danger in here, and you're about 15 feet up. So I'll need as you all jump a dexterity saving throw, or no, it won't be a saving throw, dexterity check as you all jump to try to land on these rails.
Dexterous.
Okay, that makes sense.
Jesus Christ, Christopher. Christopher and Fell fall into or jump at the same time into each other and just nosedive it 15 feet. The other two of you land normally, kind of just like now just being very careful. Like the center of this is kind of a gap almost because you are just going up, these cogwheels are what's taking you up. Um, so the or the area in between that's kind of very rough and solid. The other two land right on that jagged rock, and you're going to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit onto these spiked rocks. Okay. But the train is now running away from you pretty quickly. And you hear for a second, and we're going to roll this one in front of the board. You hear for a second a clang as this giant stone golem tries to catch this funicular. He needs a natural 20 to do it. He does not. It takes him out and starts rolling down the mountain with him. As you hear it starting to like creak as it goes back into the tunnel, you know that there was about 400 feet before there was one more of those 90 switchbacks that it hits, and this thing can't stop enough to do it, and it goes down and crashes, and you see a big plume of rock and stone and dust come out of the tunnel. Mind you, you are in like a near cacophony of lightning bolts, but you are standing on the basically end of these tracks with a 300-foot gap between you and the end of the tracks to this very, very large city that has some like glowing lights. It doesn't look like any of them are like firelight or anything like that, but just more of a like eerie type of light going up into the city. And that's probably a good place to stop. You made it. Almost made it. How much damage did everyone take just from not fighting?
I had a like collective 70 something points from rocks and shit.
That's funny. But I don't know. What?
I'm only down like 16 points total.
Not too bad. Carrick, did you take any damage?
So
Oh, you took the
I just took that
19.
that last like lightning blast.
Mhm.
And then I took damage before the short rest, but yeah.
Okay. Well, good job. Good job, y'all. I will never put another puzzle in front of you.
See, I'm not against puzzles, but
The problem is that like it I don't like them. Do not let me be the arbiter. So I just get bored and I'm like, I don't know what to do here. So I feel bad. So don't feel like you can't do it. Like I don't want that to be the case. It's not. It feels like they make the game come to a halt when we don't make any progress quickly.
Yeah.
And it's really, really hard to do them well. So it's not. It's just it sucks.
Yeah.
To me, don't let that.
There was that puzzle, and then the puzzle of getting the thing started. Felt like more of a creativity puzzle. There is no actual right answer.
yeah, that one never like brought us to a straight standstill though. The other one, it was just like if you don't get it, you're just like, well, now what?
Well, now what? Okay. Cool. But you guys just about made it to the city. Yeah, so those D100s is essentially once they got to 200 is the golem would be let out. And that last one, when you had to add that +6, took it to being 202. So if you had rolled a 3, you would have been. It never would have shown up. So, anyways, well, cool. Guess we can look for when our next game will be.